welcome to some quick channeled intuitive messages about the equinox that we are having on September 23rd of 2019. It is the fall equinox, and it happens every year at this time of year. And this year it is coming through in a bit of a different way than usual, so I thought I'd make a quick video about it and channel in some of the insights that are very close to our heart right now. I think the first thing that you really have to think about is, what are you holding close to your heart? What do you want to be close to your heart, and what do you want to keep near you? And I hope that one thing you will keep near you is my new ebook called Moon Symbols, an Astrological Guide to Healing Your Moon. I have chosen to release it on September 23rd on the date of the equinox because I thought that it would be a nice little pairing, as we experience this big change where the sun moves southward across the celestial equator. We start to have that change into fall. We go into this super transitional time that prepares us for a big shift in 2020. Here we are thinking about the moon and about our lunar energies and how to channel those through in the most healing way possible. So I hope that you will get the chance to check that out. It's available on Gumroad and also on Amazon for pre-order, and that is going to be a direct digital download that will come to you right on September 23rd. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet for my channel, if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe with those notifications. I am also releasing something here on YouTube on September 23rd as well. That doesn't even have anything to do with moon symbols, and it's a surprise. I'm not telling you guys what it is yet, so I just want you guys to check back, hit that subscribe button, because there is a new type of thing that I've never really done before coming out on September 23rd all together. So we've got moon symbols, new content, big things for sky and esoteric healing on September 23rd. So I hope you guys will be able to come and check it out. But let's talk a little bit more about equinox specifically and what it means. So during fall equinox, what you really have happening is the sun moving over, well, specifically southward over the celestial equator. This creates equal day and night. And it's like a sunset on a gigantic scale, basically, the fall equinox. The spring equinox is like a sunrise on a gigantic scale, and then fall equinox is a sunset. So we, at a very deep symbolic level, start to see really clearly what the sun has to set on in our life. We see really clearly what our own instinctual connection to sunset is. The sun is all about our goals, our desires, our motivation, what we strive for in life. It shows us in a birth chart what the individual is karmically pushed to live for. So during fall equinox, you have a light switch moment where that maybe changes, or where you've gotten to some of that, and where you start to die back a little bit. So yes, we see fall time. We see that, the trees start to shed their leaves. Everything sort of starts to wilt a little bit so that life can be maintained in the future. And that's sort of the caveat with fall equinox energy, is that we are letting go of what allows us to live in the future. So yeah, this deals a lot with separating ourselves from old addictive tendencies, letting go of what no longer serves us, disconnecting a little bit from people who are only bringing us down, because we have to understand that in order to live and in order to find health, that naturally has to happen. So that natural separation, that natural release, so that we can bloom again in the future, the seasonal aspect of life is necessary. One of the most difficult things to go through during a fall equinox time is to feel like you have to maintain everything, or to feel like nothing can change, or to feel like there's no evolution, to feel like you have to continue things falsely, because you don't. Everybody has an option here, especially now that we're going to have had Saturn and Pluto gone direct by this time, to really operate in like good function, good routine, good structure, good transformative capability. The last 5 months have maybe been a little bit dodgy in those concerns, but not now. We can really rise up from the ashes, and we can really, kind of become ash here, so that the rise can happen. It's okay if you don't quite have the result you anticipated. It's okay if the sales aren't gigantic, or if the or if the relationship hasn't come to the place you wanted it to be, you haven't heard from the person you wanted to hear from, that void space or that lack is only a great opportunity for something else to come in and fill it later. That said, I am feeling very intuitively that people who have been working diligently and people who have been, really um, loyal to their own causes can have a really good reward here with this equinox. So it's important to think about, what do I consider a reward in my life? It's not just money. It's not just, the house or the car or the presence of some person around me. My breath. My breath is such reward. Really getting into your breath and understanding how it's the root of everything here. Healing that chakral system, healing all of the connecting points, the fascia, these things have to sort of experience that exhale. This is the exhale symbolically, the fall equinox. We breathe in and we exhale, and it's all gone. Everything's gone to some degree. But wow, the weight that lifts at the same time, it's beautiful for us to experience here and now. I keep seeing the imagery of the words like battle scars or calluses. So I think that there's been a development over the last year of some type of wounding or some type of constant friction or erosion that has left its mark on a lot of people emotionally. And I think that we have to look at that. We have to really acknowledge the scars or the calluses or the feeling of having been like graded at. That's what I've felt since the origami signatures of the beginning of September, is that it's like a sudden shifting, like everything was so stagnant and stuck and just like rigid for a while. And then suddenly, like a Rubik's Cube, it just shifts really quickly. And then that kind of is a bit damaging to some people, but it's important at the same time. And then we come into this energy of equinox where there's just that, natural release, natural sunset. And it's a lot. It's a lot for us to go through at once. So yes, it's normal to feel a bit erratic, normal to feel a bit um, decentralized is what I'm feeling for a lot of people, like disconnected from our central goal, our central theme, our central pull towards life that's changed for so many of us. So we have to sort of sit with that and create space and time. I'm hoping that maybe after September 23rd, moving into the last week of September and into early October, that you guys maybe can put a bit of time aside for yourselves, for massage or for rest or for some type of rejuvenation. Even if you're working overtime during that entire time, how can you spend your off time really breathing and really sinking into your own selfhood? Because there is a splendor here. There's like a very splendorous, magnificent, ethereal connective point as we move from Virgo to Libra time during the equinox, where we go from that, I've just got to say, more erratic energy of Virgo, just due to all the T squares that were happening throughout Virgo time, into the more peripheral and sideline energy of Libra. Libra is not nearly so activated in transit right now. So I think that Libra season for all of us is an easier opportunity to experience ease and simplicity, easier opportunity to have ease. Can it be easier, please? I think that there's a desperation in a lot of people to just, have at least a bit more decisiveness. And if one goes to seek decisiveness during Libra time, they will find chaos. It is true, but there is ease in Libra time. I would avoid, this isn't so much a Libra season video, but I guess I can tag it that as well, because this equinox time sets off Libra season too. Libra season is not a time where we need to be seeking decisiveness. Libra can be decisive, and if we really affirm it, and if we really get into like the archetype of Libra, we can find an incredible decisiveness. But what I mean, it's not so much that we can't seek decisiveness, it's that we can't rely on decisiveness as the only option. Because some can achieve it, but most will find an erratic type of paranoia or flux or volatility within that, especially with Chiron and Aries right now, especially for those of you with maybe a placement that's being aspected by Chiron and Aries. And from what I've also seen, there is a new connection to closure also with this equinox. It is a specifically potent one. What can I say? This fall equinox, for some people, it kind of maybe flirts with a sense of closure, because again, this is going into Libra time, so we're dealing with flirtations and romance. So on one hand, we can see closure to old romantic situations. Likewise, we can see like a almost like getting what we wanted, but not quite the whole thing. And what does that mean? That means that you just needed to let go in a different way. It's like there can be an almost about closure, like an almost closure, basically. So are we desperate for closure? Are we desperate to have control in that way? We have to really look at all of that. And what an incredible just opportunity for healing it is. Do you guys kind of feel it? Do you guys kind of feel how the end of September of 2019 is one of the most potent healing structures that we've had in a long time? And I think that the rest of the year is going to be this way, because, things really get more solidified in 2020 when we get a major Capricorn injection, whereas we have beautiful Jupiter direct in Sagittarius, beautiful Saturn direct in Capricorn, both middle planets in their home signs direct. What an incredible opportunity for healing. What an incredible opportunity for holding one another in non-judgmental yet responsible healing. It's beautiful, and I just wanted to make a quick video about Equinox and what I thought that it would bring for everyone, and I hope that you found some good clarification here. It's a bit of a short video because, you guys, I'm so busy on getting the ebook finished and on a new incredible something or other coming for you guys on September 23rd. So if you would like to join me for this ride of, this responsible, culminating, yet like just high-flying healing adventure that we can have here, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, hit the like video, the like button on this video to get it out there. And, that would just be such an incredible way to support my efforts here, and which are so collective. And I just really take so much honor in, not even just helping in a healing process. I do, of course, but just by offering this sort of forum and template for everyone to sort of just sit here and think. I think my videos, they're not even so much about affecting some kind of change, and if they do, that makes me so happy, but it's just about sitting here for a minute, and maybe you even trail off a bit while I'm talking, but you're considering something about your healing, or you're working through some kind of karmic backlog when you listen, and I think that that's just so magical. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment below on how you're doing. Mark your calendars for September 23rd, because something great is coming, I hope. I love you guys so much, and we will be talking soon. Much love. Bye.